So the Arena World Championship was this past weekend, in case you missed it, which according to the viewership numbers, most of you did. But I wanted you to see it because my argument is very simple. I don't think we should develop all the classes and balance the entire game's PvP around this game mode. And so just watch it, because this is the highest level of arena PvP. This is the best players in the world doing it. And I'll just show you my complaints as we go. Well, first, I'm already in a foul mood, right? Because look right here. Look at this fucking awesome UI that I've got to download 16 add-ons to get something remotely as nice as this. And here they are walking in here with this shit. This drives me nuts. This is amazing UI. This needs to be in 10.1, 10.15 at the latest. Make that happen. Here we go. So they're going to get started working on each other. And if you'll know anything about how Arena has been developed, is it's all about burst cooldowns versus defensive cooldowns. And look, it takes a lot of skill to read all of this and understand it, and the positioning, it really does take a lot of skill. But what I'm suggesting is it just sucks to do. I mean, I get that these guys love it. Holy fuck, do these guys love it. If you saw how much these guys do this, they do it on this tune, on other tunes, and then they make alts. They have multiple characters, and they're playing every night just doing this. Just coming in here and wailing on each other over and over and over and over again. This is what they do. I mean, if you broke WoW up into like a fine powder, these guys would take it off of public toilet seats. This is what's getting you guys off, huh? I just got to say, this isn't the PvP that I fell in love with. And here's something else I'll point out. 2 minutes and 24 seconds into this nonstop healing, and look at these healers' mana. That is terrible game design. Healing should be strong, but you shouldn't be able to do it. And by the way, let's just point out, they're just getting started. They got plenty more healing. Why can every healer heal for 10 minutes straight? That's ridiculous. Mana should mean something. You should have to make decisions, and you shouldn't be able to heal forever. That's how you balance healing. And so we just keep running around, trading cooldowns, just dealing damage and healing damage over and over, just trading cooldowns. How do you not know that wings can't be 24 seconds in PvP on a minute cooldown? How do you not know that? How is that not the first thing you address? I don't know. But this is it. When people tell you you're hard stuck or you're garbage and you suck at PvP, this is what they mean. That you suck at going around, dealing and healing and pillar humping. Look at that. This is the top level PvP. This is what they design it around. This is what they balance it towards. This is what these guys make tier lists, and all the classes are judged off their ability to do this. 4 minutes now, we're into this thing. And I'm already ready for it to be fucking over. How much do I have to pay them to just stop? 18% dampening. More cooldowns. Here we go. Another round of cooldowns. Getting some defensives and cooldowns. I've got the sound turned off because you don't need to hear anybody other than me, handsome. But if you want to hear the official audio, I'll link it in the description. Just be careful. Sounds like you're at the horse races. Here we go. 6 minutes in. Healers are still healing. 6 minutes of straight healing. Still going, tossing shit out. Okay, dampening's at 50% now. Coming up on 10 minutes. Oh my God. Dude, if I told you at 5 minutes we weren't even halfway done. I mean, I've won Warsong Gulches in less time than this. And these guys are still healing. 53% dampening required to get these healers' mana down, by the way. And this is when the magic happens. During high dampening and cooldowns, this is when games actually matter. Here we go. Coming up on 11 minutes and 60% dampening. Both healers still have mana. It may not matter at this level of dampening, though. Something can finally fucking die. Please, God. Looks like mess going down. There it goes. Are you kidding me? This is why I can't have new battlegrounds? Because you spend all your PvP development balancing and developing and tuning classes to play in this 11-minute whack-a-mole shit? And you've basically boiled every class down to offensive cooldowns and defensive cooldowns. And based upon how good those are, you're going to perform in whack-a-mole. They love this fucking arena shit. I get it. But what I'm telling you is I don't. And I actually think this limits class development when this is your primary game mode. Furthermore, you're doing all this and you spend all this time in development trying to develop the game to make these guys happy and this community happy for what? 90,000 fucking views of your 1.7 million subs? And look, I'm not saying you have to get rid of the arena community. That's not what I'm saying. First off, I don't think you could. Right? These guys would be in clinics if you cut them off from this shit. So just leave it here and let them do it over and over every night. Give them numbers, mounts, titles, whatever makes them feel important and whatever gets them to shut the fuck up. Okay? Just let them do it over and over and over. They love this shit. All I'm asking for is equal development on the battleground side, because some of us don't really care for this game mode and you're not giving us anything. It's just, I don't think this is that entertaining. I don't think it's that fun. And I'm not asking you to get rid of Arena, but will you consider at least giving us some battleground development? Look what I got. Yeah, it's my auto mount. Dude, I was totally happy to get this mount, but when I was looking up how to get it, I read about otters and oh my God. We got problems in the otter community. If there's any community that needs a Me Too movement, it's otters. So we're going to keep a close lookout on this fella. Keep him away from the female otters. Sheesh. Otters, huh? Okay, so here's a fun game we can play that will further make my point on how everything is designed around this shit game mode. By allowing Arena to dictate the development of every class, it actually homogenizes everything down. And you don't get unique specs. You get the same spec with different lighting. Here, and if you don't believe me, here, just play along. Okay, doesn't matter which class you're on, especially if you're on a DPS class, you can play right the fuck along. So the first thing you do in Cooldown Simon Says is you just grab your steroid. Every class has one. For me, it's Avenging Wrath. It may be Bestial Wrath, Berserk, Avatar, whatever you want to call it. You just grab your steroid. Blizzard cannot make a class without a steroid. Every class in this game has to have their arena steroid to be competitive. The next thing you grab right here is all your defensives and immunities, and you put them here. And then the next thing you put right here, after that, you put your interrupt. And then after your interrupt, I usually suggest that you bring down your stun, since almost everyone has one now. If you don't have a stun, you usually have purge. And now, once you've got your steroid, your defensives, your interrupt, and your stun up here, you just fill in the rest with your damage abilities. And these are great because these damaging abilities are things you can do while you're waiting for dampening to stack up and everybody to use all their cooldowns so that something can actually fucking die. And there you have it. The WoW Arena PvP starter kit that every class gets designed with so that it can be competitive for a game mode that it's quite obvious not a ton of people just really dig. But here you go. Here's the starter kit. You got your steroid, your defensives, your interrupt, your stun, and then your offensive abilities. This is it. Doesn't matter which class you're on. Every class has the same combo. And I think that sucks because I actually believe one of Blizzard's greatest strengths is class development. I mean, their greatest strength is class movement and reaction. I mean, just moving your character in World of Warcraft is erotic. The feedback, the power you feel like you have, these guys are the wizards of character control. But they're also very good at creating cool and thematic classes, but they're all tied to this arena format that reduces them down to cooldowns and defensives. On top of just the insane self-healing. I mean, every class is healing. I mean, warriors are healing for millions. It's just nuts. And look, there should be some defensive cooldowns, and there should be some offensive cooldowns. And it's cool with some classes having those things. But does every class? I mean, let's give Blizz a challenge. Let's have them make one spec that doesn't have a steroid and make it competitive. It would be good for them, I think. Oh, the Sacred Lumber Mill's good. Oh, my shit's all fucked. Reload my UI. There we go. There's cooldowns, baby. Good job, boys. Look at my crew here. Because this is what I like. I like rolling around with my crew, taking objectives. Oh, man. Good job, Horties. I tried, family. And I don't know what to tell you. I'm just a BG guy. I love putting freedoms on my flag carrier, healing my teammates, playing with a bunch of other players in group PvP. I love that shit. And I don't understand why one game mode that's not even wildly popular, and it's obviously not turning out the crowds, gets all of the PvP development, all of the balancing, all the tuning. Everything is designed to fit in this arena shell. All the classes are based off of it, and it just sucks. And I don't get why. We have not gotten a new battleground in this game since Legion. And you can go all the way back. I said the second solo shuffle came out, no one was going to give a damn about rated 3v3 and 2v2. That's turned out to be more than true, right? But if you want another one, you want another prophecy to hang your hat on, the second they make solo shuffle for battlegrounds, no one will play arena. Go Warrior, go Warrior. We're going to come back. We're coming back. We're coming back, family. It's okay. Cleared all that. You see that? That's why you love that. You take all that shit off your boys here. Don't worry. I got a little love for you, Rogue. Can just bubble out all this. This is a lot of trouble, and my teammates will go down if we don't. Come on, baby. I mean, this is healing to me. Fuck all that hitting each other for 10 minutes shit. I like it when stuff's dying. So what's it going to take? What's it going to take for me to get my battleground shuffle, huh? What are you worried about, Blizz? You worried about balance? You don't have to worry about balance. Are you kidding me? Season 1 of Dragonflight, you're worried about balance? Between the Demon Hunters at the start, the Disc Priests that have dominated the ladder the entire season, and then you wrap that all up in a giant rework, it has been an absolute shit show. So no one expects balance. That's gone. Just make it fun. So I don't know what it's going to take or what we got to do, but I just want my battleground shuffle, damn it. I just want to be able to get my conquest gear queuing into battlegrounds. My dream is that I could get it playing AV, but that's obviously expansions away. We really need to unshackle Arena being the only PvP mode that gets any development time, because it's not cutting it and it's not turning out the crowds. And you're negating what I think is your best PvP modes. Further, it completely inhibits your class development. I mean, it just makes awkward fantasies where mages are more tanky than warriors. It's just weird. And rogues are the tankiest class of all. I mean, this is just awkward. And the most important thing is popularity. It's not that popular. You'd get more views broadcasting a 40 versus 40 Warsong Gulch with a bunch of randoms. People would eat that shit up. So I'm begging now. Can we please get our battleground shuffle? Can we please get some attention to the epic battlegrounds to make them awesome again? And can we please get some rewards and incentives for those of us that don't want to go play, trade the cooldowns inside a box? Just some food for thought, family. Oklahoma out.